Hey guys, I am at Meridian State Park in Meridian, Texas, and this is a bigger park than I thought. I had been here before, but I didn't realize how big of a place it was. It's $5 per person. They have shack rental. They have a place where you can do RV and tents. And they have a decent lake. And right now, apparently, they're doing a trout contest. I saw it in the ranger office. So I'm going to go on ahead and show you around the trails. And there are some points of interest. So as we get around to them, we'll see what we see. Here they've got a really nice little shelter with a fireplace where you can have a large picnic. It's really nice in there. And here it talks about the Civilian Conservation Corps, which is the company that built all these nice state parks. Part of the lake, Meridian Lake. As you can see, we've got fishers. Let's continue on and see if we can find this trail. We've got a sort of wall. Possibly just a guidance maybe of the lake if it would happen to overflow, which would be like there. Then it would go down into here. I noticed that there's a dip over there, which would be like a form of waterfall, but that's only if this is overflowing. Okay, here, this would be a block, a natural dam of sorts to keep it from overflowing. Let's look at the map here and see where we're at. Okay, like we are about here. So there's a trail, looks like, out there, but this goes here. Shows that you walk along that, not out there. Let's walk out here a little ways and see what this looks like. It's not on the map. It's not on the trails. Not what I could see. But people, okay, I see. It just goes down to that. Let's go on ahead, walk down here and see what it would look like if it would actually have a waterfall. And we could see if the mountains are positioned right, if the rocks are. Yeah, it would be a little bit of a waterfall. It wouldn't be much. It would be just a little bit of a cascade. Just a really small, so not much. We'll walk on over here and we'll look. As you can see, there is so much limestone here in Texas. It looks like down there would be even more of a waterfall. This here wouldn't be much of a gush. But as you can see, this would be where the waters would overflow. Let's walk on down here and see what we see. I'm going to see how much of a waterfall it would be down here. There's some water in this little bed right here, but that's from the rains that we had had. It wasn't from the overflow of the lake. It's my guess they use limestone and cement. I'd have to ask my dad to make sure of that, but I believe they do. Fine powdered cement. Now this right here was man-made. That's real cement right there. That's man-made. But the rest of this is natural. Yeah, we'd have a little bit more of a fall here. A little bit more. It still wouldn't be much, but if it was really flowing hard, it'd be something. And there's a little pool right there. But yeah, it'd give a little bit of a cascade. So we've got small forms of waterfall if it would ever be flowing. But that would be like in emergency times to keep the lake from overflowing. Keep it from flowing into the lake, or into the park rather. All right, I will see you on the trail. Another view of the lake. And as I said, this is a built wall to keep the lake at bay if it would rise, and thus therefore the natural spillway that I just showed you, so that it's got exit for overflow, therefore it doesn't flood the park. This really is a beautiful, beautiful park. Real beautiful. Here we've got our trees, forest. This part right here reminds me a lot of the Claiborne Park, because it had this built berm right here, and then it had the forestry out there. The only difference is the Claiborne Park, the trails went on the forested area on the other side of the berm, whereas, of course, according to the map here, no. And I told hubby I didn't think I wanted to go through the forest to get here, because we're parked actually out there somewhere on the park road. I wouldn't have gotten it. I would not have gotten to the trail if I'd tried to hike through the woods. So yeah, I had to walk the road just a little to get to this trail. But that's okay. I don't mind the extra mileage. So, yeah, as you can see, it is a flood wall. And I will see you deeper into the trails. Look here. I found a real tiny little sconce shell. It was actually buried into the ground. Yeah, since the parks really prefer that we don't take anything with us, I'm going to put it right back where I found it. But that's what this is. It's a little sconce shell. Here you can see the end. It's a little mud packed, but you can see it a little there. So yeah, I'm going to put it back. It's always interesting what you can possibly see when you go to these parks. Here is the lower side of the lake. So if it was to flood, they've also got it kind of built up here with the trees and everything, so it wouldn't be too bad. But I guarantee you nobody would be hiking through here. Now, I do not know the difficulties of these trails yet. The trail that I had once walked on here wasn't too bad, but maybe this here is a cement platform. No clue as to what it once was. But anyway, maybe this trail right here has got a little bit more legwork to it. So, you never know. In any park, a trail could be rough, easy, flat, rocky, sandy, reedy. I've come across all types, and they have been so fascinating to hike. But that's just the one thing about me. The reason why I like going to these parks and places so much, because I like hiking these trails. Well, that's a little bit of an area there, and not much. The rest might be like that, or it could be basically that area. Yeah, this is the side that wouldn't be walked on if the lake flooded. Ooh, there's a big, beautiful, gorgeous bird. I actually lost sight of it, guys, and I didn't catch it. It was right there in front of me, though. It was huge. That's a big bobber. There's a red bobber down in there. Let's see if I can find it. I'm trying to find it for y'all. I can't. I know what I'm a-seeing. Anyway, it's a big bobber. But there we've got the lake view. Right there. I really want you to see that bobber. Okay. I think I'm getting it there. Yeah. It's right there. Anyway, let's go on. I'm using my phone because me and hubby just came out to enjoy a little bit of time with each other, and he decided to take me here for me to do a video. I was only partially prepared, but it all worked out good. I wasn't really, like, I didn't have my equipment to do this, like my video phone, my backpack, my hiking shoes or nothing. But I was wearing tennis shoes, and good for me. The ranger headquarters, you're able to give your pass information by just having your photo ID, because I didn't have my pass card on me either. But they found me through the system on my ID. So cool. So in a way I was prepared, in a way I wasn't. But this was a promptu thing. and I'm always up for it. Hubby wore a jacket, and so I borrowed it. And he's going to be staying in the car, you know. He can start it up and warm up if he needs to. It's not that drastic of a day. It's in the upper 50s. But these trails are always cooler because of the tree cover. So his jacket came in handy. But yeah, this was just a promptu, let's do it thing, and but I'm glad I did. We was already close to the area anyway. It was just another 20 minutes out from where we were, so we really didn't have no fuss about that. And that's perfectly all right. So I'm just kind of allowing you to see what I'm seeing right now as I look. I'm turning the camera with me, with my eyes as a big tree. And I'm letting you spot what I spot, which is one way of getting you to walk the trail. That's a neat oak tree. All right, I will cue you in when I see a POI. Found a cool fossil. There's all kinds of fossils in the limestone. It's neat. We're into another part of the trail. By the way, this is called the Bosky Hiking Trail. And so this one is a little further away from the lakeside. And once again, if I see any POI, I will be sure to show you. I like how they've got the archway here, showing you where the trail continues. So we are continuing on. I'll continue with another POI. Here we've got a little bit of a climb. They used the natural rocks and formed them into steps. I'll see you at the top. I just want to give notice. One reason why I'm huffing and puffing. They done a doozy of a climb back there. But anyway, and this is a doozy of a go down. Woo! Awesome. Let me pay attention here to what I'm doing. Wow. Neat. Anyway, it said plainly that all the trails are hiking only. There's no biking or equestrian. It's all hike. I can see why. Some of these places were made, you really wouldn't be able to bike it all that easy. So anyway, apparently they had to kind of change that around because it got washed out. So anyway, I'll get back with you if there's anything to be seen. Okay, so I have managed to walk back around toward the lake again. There was a backside area there that was all forest. So I'm right back to the other side of the lake. And the trail is a mixed bag. Some of it's easy to hike, some of it you have to really put a little bit of effort into it. So But I like that. Those kind of trails are really good for those that likes the interval type aerobics where you do extreme and then moderate and then extreme again before you do your cool down. So that makes it nice. One of those kind of aerobic type exercises that no equipment needed, just your feet. So I'm going to continue on this. If I see anything else, I'll certainly let you in. Here's a type of cavern. At one time, the lake was up this high, either by an extreme major flood, I don't know, but there's some like soot. But yeah, look at that. So yeah, the lake was a very deep water at one time. Very deep water. It goes pretty deep in there. Wow. Nice. Really nice. I'm on a different trail. This is the Shinery Ridge Trail. This is only 1.5 miles. The Bosky Hiking Trail was 2.17. So this is a nature trail, which all trails and parks are basically nature. They really don't alter the trails that much because, you know, they don't want to disturb nature in any way. So I don't know if there's anything of interest on this trail. There wasn't any points of interest listed on it. But nonetheless, it will be a beautiful hike. And nature's always beautiful to watch. It's always beautiful to see and enjoy. You get out and you see God's work. And so yeah, hiking in nature trails is always worth it. You get your exercise and you get the beauty. So there's no real loss. Either way it goes. This trail seems to be somewhat muddier. The other trail wasn't so muddy, even though it was closer to the lake. So there's something interesting over here. It's a purple. I'm not quite sure what it is. Sign or something. I don't know what that is. Alright. I can't really get through there to see what it is. But, well, let's see here. I walk carefully among the cacti. It's not too much to get to it here. I don't know what this is. This is just a little on the marshy side. But no, I'm not getting sunk up. Okay. It looks like it's part of a cardboard lid or something. Cardboard. It's spray painted purple. It's actually a box with, okay, it's hanging. Alright. No, maybe it's a natural bird feeder or a birdhouse. Yeah. That would make sense. That would make sense. Okay. Yeah. So we'll not bother it. and get back out here on the trail. Yeah, it is. It's a little more muddy through here. We had decent rain a few times this last week. Nothing major to get the waterworks going, but good enough to dampen the ground, which is good. Very good, because that means when we get more rain, it will start going into the rivers and the creeks, because the the ground has soaked up a lot. So that's good. That's really good. It's kind of a tacky mud. Okay, I will show you whatever I find. They've got provided a bench they threw together with rocks and logs. But yeah, gives you seating. The one thing that I have noticed very well about this park, which not every park can proudly boast, is the trails are pretty well marked. They've just simply spray painted a color ring around the trees. So, and they've also got your run sign, like what I'd showed you for the other one. So yeah, not every park can boast that they've got well marked trails. Not every park. But this one is decent. And so it makes it a lot better. You can also somewhat trust the map. The map is pretty right on. So the chances of you getting lost is very slim here. I'm going to show you this. Looks like this might have been another bench, maybe. And it was just, yeah, it was another bench and someone just tore it up. But they kind of had a reason to, apparently. I'll show you why. Here was one stool, the other stool. Here's the logs that was thrown together for the bench. But, like, here's this tree. So the bench right here really didn't serve its purpose like it needed to. So yeah, I wouldn't have kept a bench either with the tree growing right over top of it like that. Somebody get their head knocked off. They go to sit down and go whop. Ouch. Anyway, as it happens, this trail is marked red. The other trail was marked blue. But this really is a good place to hike. It is. It's not overwhelming with miles like Cameron Park. If you was to walk Cameron Park, you would walk around about 15 miles total. This one, I think, might only have about approximately 6 to 7 miles total, something like that. So, but the variation is good. You've got your easy, and you've got your moderate, and then you've got your little bit of huff and puff, which is fine. It really does make a good variance workout. And there's a lot to see while you're hiking, so it's not just a boring hike, you know. So yes, Meridian Park in Meridian, Texas. And it's $5 per person, as I'd said. Kids under the age of 12 are free. And they've got open shelter, rental, RV plots, and tent picnic plots that you can rent. There's also fishing and swimming. Swimming is allowed. Matter of fact, the sign read that there's no fishing if there's swimmers. So there's swimming and fishing here as well, along with nice hikes. And it's well worth it. Got some more benching. So they do provide you sitting along the way. This is an easier trail. I definitely put this on the easy. If you are up to the better hike, the good hike is the Bosky hiking trail. There's 2 other trails that I didn't take you on, and they're relatively easy hiking trails as well. So the real challenge is the Bosky hiking trail. So if you have any interest in coming to a nice park, having some good hikes, and do a little bit of rentals and stuff, Meridian Park is the one to go to. And I say that you'll enjoy it here. So I'm going to let yous go. I appreciate yous. I love yous so very much. You all have a great day. This here is an old, it's the CCC fire pit. I reckon maybe at one time it was used from the engineers that helped make the park. We've got a little bit of a drop off here. Quite a scenery. So there we've got it. But they say, please don't use this fire pit and just let people be able to enjoy looking at it. So there we have it. All right.